Great. Hi, I'm Aisha and I'm a Customer Relations Executive at Kangaroo Time, and I'm also an Early Childhood Consultant. Hashtag Embrace Equity is the theme for International Women's Day, and I'm really excited that ACA have asked me to share my story. I started my early years career when I was straight out of school, so 18 years old, straight into it, and I very quickly went into management. By 22 years old, I was directing services and I really didn't know what I was doing, but I kept studying. I completed my diploma of business and also an advanced diploma of children's services, and then I found myself moving into another role where I became an area manager really quickly. This is where I found my passion, and I started loving developing policies, procedures and supporting services to get ready for the assessment and rating and the national quality standard. So both of our services became exceeding all areas, so that was really exciting. But then from there, I had a big struggle. So my boss decided to sell her services and I was not part of the package. So they looked at my name on a piece of paper, they looked at how much I was getting paid, and they just made me redundant. So it was a bit of a learning curve for me, and I had to really pivotal time in my career where I had to find something that really worked for me after that. It was then I had recruitment agencies looking for positions for me, and one recruitment agent came to me and told me about a position. It was at the Early Years Education program, and Dr. Anne Kennedy was going to be interviewing me. Well, I had no idea that I would actually get the role, but I was going to meet Dr. Anne Kennedy. So I was going to go there and I was going to go for an interview because it was a once in a lifetime opportunity. I got the role and I worked with her and the amazing team there, and we were the first service in Victoria to receive the excellent rating twice. I also managed another service in that team, and we got exceeding in every area. So it was really proud moments, both of those moments were. From there, it was really hard to decide what I wanted to do. I'd been an area manager of 2 services, and now other area manager roles were huge roles where you were managing multiple services, and it wasn't really something I wanted to do. So I started looking into different options, and I started to apply for jobs that I would never really apply for, out of the early years but still working with children. So I became the program manager of the Starlight Children's Foundation for Victoria and Tasmania. And I'd always wanted to work at the Starlight Children's Foundation, volunteer for them, but my timings never matched up. And so to be program manager for their team was really exciting. I managed 2 amazing teams at the Children's Hospital, and I learnt so much from my teams, and I'll be forever grateful for the opportunity that I had there. I learnt to lead with empathy, with positivity, and it was just an amazing learning curve for me. I planned to stay there for quite a long time, but even as I went on maternity leave. But then COVID hit, and that, really changed me. It was a really hard time, and as I went on to go into maternity leave, I really had to reassess my options. My greatest achievement was born in May 2020, and my son Zane was born, and when we think back to that time, it was a really, really hard, difficult time, and that was only just the beginning. We were in our very first lockdown, and we thought that was going to be our hardest time, but throughout maternity leave and coming out of maternity leave, we were still in lockdown. And so I had to really assess my options in terms of going back to a children's hospital. I didn't really want to expose my son to, the different things that he could be exposed to being a baby. So at that time, I decided to look around for different roles, and I found a role working with a previous manager, and again, helping her set up a service so I could work from home, develop policies and procedures while still also being able to look after my son as well. So that was a great experience. As we started to learn to live with COVID, I started to look out for roles that could be of interest, but nothing was really capturing my attention. So I developed my LinkedIn profile, and I started messaging people that had positions that I was really interested in, that I would like to see myself in the future. Through those positions, through my LinkedIn profile, I met a couple of people, and I met two inspirational women who I started working with. One was Kathy Townley at Ideas to Outcomes, and the other Michelle Walsh from Michelle Walsh Hourglass Consultancy. And to this day I'm still working with both of those inspiring women, and they really helped me develop my consultancy in both policies and the National Quality Standard and supporting services in their quality improvement plan. So I started applying for roles, and I, applied for so many different roles, and I kept being told that, you need to work full time. And as a mum, I kept telling them that, I wanted 4 days, and I really hoped to get a management role within 4 days. I got told to come to interview because I might change my mind. Sometimes they didn't even look at my resume, they just told me not to bother applying. And so I was in a real turmoil as to what to do. I came across 2 advertisements. One was from Community Childcare, and the other was a LinkedIn post by Jamie McVeigh. And I'd met Jamie at a previous role that she was in, and so I messaged her and I said, "Hey Jamie, what do you think about this role being part-time? Would you consider it?" She said yes, and I'm so grateful and thankful that she said yes to that. Our leadership team has inspiring, empowering women, and I'm really excited to be a part of their team. And they don't only value me as an employee, but they value me as a mum as well. I also accepted the role at Community Childcare, and at that time my manager, Daniela, really made the position work for me, and she valued me as a mum as well, and she really valued what I could bring to the organisation. So I'm really grateful for those 2 inspiring women to be able to really value what this mama can do. Many mums want to return to this sector, but I know that I'm not the anomaly. I've spoken to a number of mums and they really struggle coming back because there's so many restrictions on them having to come back full time. Our sector needs women to come back, and we need people that are strong and that are experienced, and we have so many people that we can look to if we really just support them in returning to work. So to services out there, I really encourage you to look for those inspiring women that can bring amazing things to your service. To working mums and to all women, I want you to back your decisions. I want you to find a position that really aligns with your values and really back yourself, because you can find something that is great for you. Now it's your turn to step forward and #truly embrace equity. Share your story with other inspirational women now. Happy International Women's Day!